There we go. Just gone 51 minutes past 8 here on Trickstar Radio. We are live inside the building. Right about now, we are running through the Freshest Fry Awards, the Fresh Friday Awards, running through all the different genres and sounds that we have been representing here on The Breakfast Show over the course of the last year or so. We've already announced the album of the year. That one went to J Hus, Big Conspiracy, with Shay Lingo's Worst Generation and Thundercats, It Is What It Is, finishing in second and third respectively. We are now moving on to the winner for this section of the show, Breakout of the Year. Now, we've had three people finish in joint second place. Sounds of Baklava. She finished in joint third place alongside Jelani Blackman and, of course, Sammy Virgie, who we just heard there on that one, Spice Up My Life featuring Paige Eliza. It's been a fabulous year for UK music across the board for me. Like, when we look at all of these different artists and how well they've been doing, and what they've kind of represented in their growth, it has been really, really exciting to watch. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to showcase a lot of those elements here on The Breakfast Show. Dukey, in regards to kind of just how good the growth has been for a lot of these artists on this list, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and to witness it as first-hand as could be feasibly possible, considering we are... Like each week we do have our ear to the ground to see what's rumbling, what's coming out. And yeah, I think it's been a blessing, to see how some of these artists have developed in directions that you wouldn't have perhaps anticipated as well.
Definitely. And I think more than anything else with this list, I look through it and I go, there's not an artist on there that I am not excited to hear something new from.
Yeah.
Like, I'm checking every single one of these whenever they land something new.
But equally, there's not something that you could predict from each one.
It's amazing, man. I think this is. We did the awards last year for Breakout as well, and I think this year it's just leveled up entirely because there are artists in this list that are up for kind of main awards in their own kind of genres and their own sort of situations. I mean, we look through this full listing here: Tia Karis, Baklava, Sammy Virgie, Alakai Harley, Higo, SBK, and Jelani Blackman. Alakai Harley is nominated for a MOBO.
Yeah, I was going to say some of these are debatable. It depends how you define Breakout, how you categorize it, but I think for us it was just about those which not everyone, that they hadn't gained that familiarity on a mass scale yet.
And especially in regards to the Trickstar playlisting as well, in regards to obviously what we play on the station. It's almost like what's broken through our listings
for us.
More than anything else,
which has been consistent, persistent, and ultimately prevailed in reflection to this.
Definitely. Well, we are going to announce the winner in just a second. Now, I just want to say this listing is one of the tightest it's the tightest on the entire thing.
Oh, is it?
It's by far the tightest. So the full listing for this, we have numerous people on 3 votes, a couple of people on 2 votes, one person on 2 votes, I think it is, and then we have
said numerous,
and then we have one standout winner, and that winner was, if I can just load up my explosion sound over here, Tia Karis wins the Breakout for 2020. I'm not mad at this at all. I voted for her. I think you voted for her as well.
I did indeed.
She's our track of the week at the moment as well, which is kind of ties in quite nicely. Yeah. When we look through what she's kind of been doing this year in regards to sound, in regards to growth, when we look at just her whole kind of the whole package of what Tia Karis is, it feels like she's had a pretty crazy year.
Yeah, and I feel like it was just last week we were speaking about this, because it was just last week we were speaking about this when we decided the track of the week was going to be obviously Trouble Train, and we spoke about her leveling up, the variety in which she's come out and put her releases in, and they've all been in such, like, they've been close enough to each other that the other one's just tailing off, and then bang, she hits you again, and it's something with slightly different sound, slightly different feel to it, and you're like, oh yeah, I can vibe to this as well. So I think she's really gauged what works for her. As we touched on last week, I mean, I'm kind of echoing the same sentiments, but if she has a hand in the production, then fair play to her. If she doesn't, then fair play to her for surrounding herself with the right people, because everything's coming together really nicely. And she's making very, very complete songs and complete body of work.
Definitely.
In this instance.
I mean, this is the thing. We look at her discography from over this year, which has been almost the I don't know if it's an EP or an LP, but I think it's an EP. That she's just dropped. It's a very good kind of showcasing of what she's done this year. Because it's very much been a year of kind of singles that have all collated into this one singular project at the end of the year. And I think, as I said before, I feel that is a project of singles. When you look for it, which it is.
Well, the project is called En Route. So in nature, you have to take it as as a stage in her journey.
Definitely.
And see it as that.
And I think it's fantastic when you look at it and look at just not even necessarily the consistent growth, but the fact that every tune has kind of added something to her. You know, there's not a tune in there where you go, I was expecting the next level. Every time it's kind of gone, okay, wow. Like it's constant, and that's almost persistence in growth is. That's for me. That's why she was the first name I put down on my listing to win this list.
She was the first name I voted for.
So there we go. I mean, just to run through this, it was myself, yourself, Azaria, and Tia who put the votes in.
Myself, yourself, Azaria's self, Tia's self.
Who put the votes in for this one. And just to reiterate, this list was entirely voted for, as in the voting was entirely done by Trickstar presenters who have their own shows on the station. So it's a very kind of widened kind of view of
broad
of who wins, and everyone had 3 votes as well. So there were 21 votes cast for each category. But there we go. Tia Karras wins the Breakout of the Year, which I'm really happy to see. So there we go. We're going to get into this one. It is our track of the week. It is Trouble Train. It's an absolute banger. We'll be back at 9 o'clock to run through the Best Artist Award. Sounds of Passalou on that one, alongside Mahalia with Energy. We're live inside the building. Myself, Kovu, and Duke Sky joins us.
Man, like Passalou.
Second place goes to Passalou in the Artist of the Year for 2020. Now, when we look through this list, I'm going to bring the list up on my screen again just to run through it, because this is a pretty solid list of artists here, all in their own rights and all in their own fields. As we were saying earlier, this is definitely a list of people that all are deserving of it in their own kind of field, you know?
Yeah.
I feel for me, in kind of drill and UK rap, I feel Unknown T's been by far the strongest name. But that I might be a bit biased there because I'm a big Unknown T fan.
And neither of us are, I would say, deeply embedded in that world. But from an outsider looking in, I would definitely say he's up in and around that
in that sort of zone. Gets on this list as well, came third, of course, again, as we gave the kind of full speech on it there and then. But the King collaborator this year, amazing feature artist, and has some of the biggest tunes of the year, easily. Shay Lingo, again on this list, really, really incredible artist when you look through what he's done, and kind of grown as well over the course of the year. Just non-stop bangers all the way through, which have been wicked to watch. Sego, again, a couple of bangers and a couple of tracks, and he has actually got a track in the Track of the Year conversation as well. And this is the thing, most people on this list do have songs that are in that sort of conversation. So they do
indeed. And I just wanted to give an honourable mention for this list, Mr. Koji Radical.
Yes,
because he's someone that has been prolific in his entries for our playlist for 2 years now. Yeah. So I think we recognised him in last year's awards as well, didn't we? But I just wanted to give a honourable mention to him, because he is someone that is the consistency is baffling at times, you know.
Definitely. And I think it's consistency and creativity as well.
Yeah, that's true.
There's always something. Yeah, there's always something new. There's always something unexpected. Again, just to run through this one more time, Tiana Taylor, again, not necessarily for the Trickstar playlist, I don't feel, even though she's been involved a couple of times, I feel she's had a fantastic year looking at just her kind of release catalogue and what she's been involved in. She's put some absolute bangers out there and some incredible music videos as well.
Yeah.
Please do go and check them out, because she's amazing at what she does.
In private.
The Weeknd, obviously, as we were saying earlier, not necessarily for this list, although he has had a couple of bits land in it. One of the biggest albums of the year, and still, I believe, in the Billboard Top 20 with Blinding Lights, which is unbelievable. I think that's officially one of the biggest pop tunes of all time now.
Well, I think it's still, that snowball effect is still carrying on. The ripple is still being felt, because I'm pretty sure I'm still hearing new adverts now where they're using that song.
Definitely.
So
it's timeless, and it already is. Obviously, we just mentioned Passalou in second place. Mira May, again, amazing year with what she's done in regards to the music she's released, the collaborations she's done, alongside having some amazing things happen in life as well. You
exactly,
know? So,
yeah. Huge congratulations to her.
Brucey, again, amazing. The album actually landed today. And just in general, just so consistent with, again, growth and new sort of sounds and everything along those lines. And then NSG as well in the last position on this listing with another amazing year with a top quality album, some absolute bangers, and super consistent. So we've got to announce the winner of this section.
Ooh, drum roll.
I wish I had a drum roll on here. I don't actually have a drum roll. You know what? I've got a gunshot. There we go.
Yeah,
so we get a drum run, because everyone starts running at the shot. So from this listing, we had a winner pretty clearly on this list. We had third place got 3 votes.
Okay.
Second place got 4 votes, and the winner with 5 votes coming from Bacchus Azaria, Tia Romana, and Duke Sky, Mira May,
Ooh.
takes the award this year for Artist of the Year.
Nice.
Which is really, really sick to see. I think over the course of this year, I think there's been a lot of growth with Mira May this year.
I think this will be the standout event of her year, to be honest.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would say there's been nothing that's been more a joyous occasion than this one. Yeah, there's been a lot of growth in Mira May, yeah, for sure. She's someone that you always, when she does pop up in that release pile on a Friday, you're like, yeah.
I'm going to be checking it straight away.
No, I'm actually, I'm weird. It's like when I eat a good meal, I save the best bit till last. When I'm going through the releases, I'll save the best.
I do that with reviews, to be fair.
Yeah.
There'll be a couple I'll go, you know what, I'll leave them to the end because then I can power through them and enjoy them.
It's something that you look for. It's light at the end of the tunnel as well, especially if you know it's quite a daunting list in front of you. If you've got some Mira May at the end, that's always, it's always going to leave you with a good taste in your mouth.
Definitely, man. I think she's had a fantastic year. Release-wise, she's been great. The Carnival tune with Toddler T, amazing. Say Yeah as well, another big one. Some wicked collaborations in a lot of different areas as well. And I think just more than anything else, finding her sound. We know what Mira May is now. We know what the sound she makes. And I think to do all that along the kind of process of childbirth at the same time, I think it's absolutely incredible the year she's had.
It is huge. Congratulations, huge. But I bow down before you because I can only imagine what that would take.
Definitely, man. Amazing stuff. There we go. Our winner for the 2020 Artist of the Year Fresh Friday Awards here on Trickstar Radio goes to Mira May. Amazing stuff. Very well deserved indeed. With 5 votes as well. The only person on this, there's only one other selection on this listing which got 5 votes across all categories.
Oh wow! So
which was the track of the year. So
a convincing victory.
A convincing, clear and concise victory. So there we go. 3rd place gets, 2nd place Passalou, 1st place Mira May for the Artist of the Year category. We're going to get into this one next. You like saying the name, don't you?
Yeah, well, I like saying it in its correct pronunciation. Thank you, uncultured swine.
Fair enough. We're going to get into this one. Say Yeah, Mira May and Hailey. Following that, we're going to get into our track of the year conversation.
With CubCamTV.
Trickstar Radio.